Hey everyone, it's FB here with a cast of the ESL RPG Nightcup Edition 12. We're about to start the first phase of the cup in just a few moments, so while we have a bit of time here, let's have a look at the format of the cup. It's played in two phases, time attack and knockout, and to begin with 30 minutes of time attack will be played, where the top 50% of the players will then advance to the knockout phase, where the last two players for each round that is played will get eliminated until top 4 or 5, depending on how many players qualified from the time attack. And after that it will change to only the last player getting knocked out until we have determined a winner. Only one track will be played in this cup, and this time the track is Adimus by ESL, and the world record is 454.576 by the Super Noob, just got improved. And before we start, here's also a look at the 4 previous results of the Night Cup. Edition 8 was won by Zombie in front of Kilburn and Rappo. Edition 9 was won by Mario in front of Kilburn again and Zombie at 3rd place. Then in Edition 10, the winner was Marius 89 in front of Milkshake and Kilburn. And then most recently in Edition 11, Bren took home the win in front of Clem and Super Noob. Let's go back in game. We have 15 seconds left on the clock, and then the time attack seeding or the time attack qualifications will begin. And again, it will take place over 30 minutes. And we see now the map being restarted. We also see the players that are participating. See how many players we have. 12 players by the looks of it. So top 6 will qualify to the knockout phase, it looks like. Alright, so here we go. So time attack will now start. 30 minutes for the players to try and set as fast of a time as possible. It's a pretty short track for being RPG, only about 5 minutes in length. As we see the players starting here, and I did some practice on this track, so I know a bit of it. And we see the start here. Deuce will get a decent start, but then over the bridge, Kraken and Kilburn will pass. We have a very tight passage here, where you go up some stairs, and then we have a small drop where you want to do a grass slide to keep your grip and your speed. Then we go outside again. Gotta make sure that you avoid the pillars there, which Kilburn did not, so Deuce will pass him. Then we have a respawn where you want to go backwards up the pipe and then turn around here. And I found that switching to camera 3 is pretty useful so that you see a bit better. Then we have a ramp, small jump here, and then respawn to drop down. This part isn't too difficult. Kilburn and Deuce still driving their attempts. It's turning around here on the bridge. Kilburn did it much better than Deuce, so Kilburn on a pretty decent attempt. So here's another tight passage. Deuce is not able to get through that one, and because of him crashing, he didn't have enough speed to make it through the uphill. So Kilburn looks to be maybe the only player that is on an attempt here, as we see him entering a water section. Really important that you get your wheels on the ground in the water as soon as possible. Otherwise you may end up floating a bit, which could cost you a bit of time. Kilburn doing well so far. Gets a bit stuck here, but nothing too bad. That's gonna cost him a bit more time though, as we have a small balance act. This part here can be a bit scary. Gotta make sure that you land about in the middle of the bridge, which Kilburn did do, so he did this part pretty well. Kilburn, of course, who has won the RPG Nightcup before, should probably be considered one of the main favorites, together with maybe Super Noob and Zombie. Say those 3 are the RPG specialists here. Oh, as Kilburn tries to go for an alternative route. You can go to the right as well, which is much safer, but Kilburn is going to try to jump to the other side here. Oh, and he will succeed doing it on his third attempt, but obviously did lose quite a lot of time with those respawns. Alright, in this part here you can go for another route. You can go for a ceiling hit if you just keep your speed and then go straight up the wall, but Kilburn will go for the safer route and a good landing here as well on the roof. Enough speed to make it to the next part. So even though Kilburn did respawn a couple of times, it's not too... Oh, but that's gonna cost him a lot of time though, accidentally respawning too early. We see Watersk not doing that though, so he's gonna continue here. Another small balance act. Also Nutella is at this section. But Vaskursk doing pretty well, it looks like. So we have an underground section. Gotta make sure to keep your speed through this part. And then we have a bit of a flip on the wall. You can do this part without respawning, but it's a bit harder. Sometimes you will not keep your speed through this small jump, but Vaskursk will have enough speed. Also Nutella, as we go through this big jump, which will lead into the pirate ship. It's a very cool jump, I think. That's maybe my favorite part of this track. So right now Nutella and Vaskursk are on a pretty deep attempt. We are closing in on the finish here. Alright, at this part you can slow down, which Vaskursk will do, but Nutella will not. And we saw Nutella missing it, so he will have to respawn. I actually found out that going for the jump there was safer, at least for me. But I could be wrong about that. Anyways, Vaskursk through to the next part, closing in on the finish. No mistakes here. And this respawn will take him to the top of the ship. And here you just want to press forward all the way to the next jump as well, through the waterfall. Quite a spectacular jump. Oh, and what's going on here? I don't know, actually. This is quite strange. Interesting. Alright, I think that may have been some kind of bug, yeah. So what Vaskursk is still driving. He's through to the last part. You want to turn around here and then try to build up as much speed as possible. Try to avoid the middle of the ramp here and then jump into the finish, which is at the top of the building. So Vaskursk will be the first player to set a time, 5:17.35. That is actually pretty good. Again, the world record is 4:54.576. So good stuff from Vaskursk. Hard name to pronounce. As Deuce will have to respawn here as well. 24 minutes left on the clock. And again, the top 50% of the players will qualify to the knockout phase. Alright, Kraken is now going through the final part, so let's see it. Didn't get the chance to see it last time. So you have a small underground section here and then a huge jump, which will lead to the surface. It's a very cool jump. Ooh, as Kraken will land way too much to the right. He hits the checkpoint actually and is unable to make it. So he will have to respawn again. That will cost him a whole lot of time. So he will go for attempt number 2. So want to maybe go a bit more to the left here. That looks a bit better. Ooh, very close to hitting the fence. But he will avoid it, and now we'll go for this turn around. Want to make sure that you don't go too much or too close to the end there. That could make you get stuck. But Kraken will avoid that and will finish with a time of 6:39.13. Ooh, but then the Super Noob sets a new best time, 4:58.58. Only about 4 seconds from his own world record. Really good time there from the Super Noob. So we have 4 players that have set times so far. The Super Noob, Vaskursk, Pierre Epoch, and Kraken. Still a lot of people driving, as you can see. 14 players looks like did sign into this cup. Alright, we have both Deuce and Sog, I think, on a late attempt. And then Sog hits the wall, so he's forced to respawn. But it looks like Deuce might be able to finish this attempt. Good landing. And by the way, if you're wondering why it's so quiet, I think it's some kind of bug with the game where you don't really hear the engine for some reason. Alright, Deuce will make the jump, setting a time of 5:57.60. It's gonna put him at 4th place. Alright, here's another player about to finish. It's Race Freak. And his time is 5:35.36. And he's gonna go up to 3rd place behind the Weskersk and the Super Noob. Looks like Sog also finished with a time of 7:25.98. Currently at last place, but we still got several players not having finished an attempt. One of them is Link, who drives for Team Acer. Not really known as an RPG player, more as a tech player. I think his personal best here is under 6 minutes though, so he knows the track and is on a pretty deep attempt here, so let's follow him to the end. Again, just want to hold forward or just hold the gas here through the waterfall, and then make sure that you hit all the boosters here, otherwise you won't have enough speed to make this massive jump. Ooh, Link also very close to hitting the checkpoint, but able to avoid it, and now only got the last part. Tries to build up enough speed, that looks to be good enough. Ooh, no! I take that back, and then he accidentally retires! Or maybe it was on purpose, but in any case, Link will have to start over. Let's switch to Kilburn instead. Again, has done well in RPG Cups in the past. Several times. And definitely one of the favorites for this one as well. As we have less than 20 minutes to go in this time attack qualification. Again, after the time attack is over, we will transition into a knockout phase, which will determine the winner. Alright, Kilburn will land on his back wheels, but nothing bad will come out of that, and he will continue driving. Let's see if he can make the jump. Yes, more than enough speed for Kilburn, setting a time of 4:58.60, which will not be enough to take over first place. The Super Noob still in front with 0.02 of a second. Very close. Alright, so I mentioned Super Noob and Kilburn as favorites, and then also Zombie, who is he driving actually? I can't follow him for some reason. Strange. Maybe he's not driving anymore. If so, then maybe Super Noob and Kilburn would be the favorites. We also have Erisel driving though, who is the author of this map. A really cool map, by the way. Definitely recommend checking it out. And he also got a very good time, I believe maybe under 5 minutes. So maybe Erisel could be a contender to this RPG Nightcup on his own map. Alright, let's see here. Kraken is on another good attempt, perhaps. Ooh, will make the jump there, very risky. But that will save him maybe up to 2 seconds. So this could be a very good time by Kraken, who plays for IGN, a famous RPG team. So that makes me think that he is no stranger to this type of track, which requires a lot of precision, mainly. Really gotta make sure that you have control over your vehicle. Alright, that should be enough for Kraken. And let's see what his time will be, if he's able to make the jump, that is. That should be enough speed. Kraken, ooh, will land on the back. Can he go for the turtle though? He will try, but I don't know if he can reach the finish though. Oh, this is so close for Kraken. Okay, looks like he will make it after a couple of laps. 5:40.63 by Kraken, lost about 10 seconds in the end, but at least he made it though, so he got a time. Is at 6th place right now. And I guess that will, yeah, that should give him a spot into the knockout phase. I don't think it's just based on who will finish. Or I could be wrong though, maybe it is. If that, in that case, he would not make it to last phase, but I don't know, we'll see. He's gonna go for another attempt. Still got plenty of time here. Again, the track isn't that long, so you will get quite a lot of attempts. Alright, Deuce is trying to improve his time, 5:57. See if he can pull it off. As he goes for this jump in the end, which is pretty scary to be honest. 5:13.18 by Deuce, a very good time. Puts him at 4th place right now. And we do see Zombie having set a time, but for some reason I can't spectate Zombie. I have no clue why. I can spectate everyone else, but not Zombie. Very, very strange. But yeah, Zombie is at 3rd place, so Super Noob, Killburn and Zombie right now occupying the 3 best positions. Some kind of weird camera bug here going on. Here's Nutella for Stubby TV. Still doesn't have a time. See what he can do here as he goes for the end. That looks good. And Stubby TV's Nutella will set a time of 5:29.24. Puts him at 6th position right now. Also Link is going for another time. He still doesn't have a time actually, since he retired at the end. Ooh, goes for a very early turnaround. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Goes for a couple of zigzag movements. Oh, and it will actually. Link will finish this time. 5:13.38. Solid time by Link. And he will go up to 5th position with that. So we only got 3 players that haven't set a time yet. One of them is Arizal. Then we also got Skyslide, who I can't spectate either. And then also Cyril for Against All Authority. Let's follow Cyril here. Ooh! We'll have to respawn. This part can be a bit tricky as well. Gotta make sure that you have enough speed to make this small jump. Cyril will make it in his 3rd attempt, but then mistimes the entry of the balance act. Ooh, as he continues to struggle with this section. Alright, that time he will make it. Let's see if he can get through this part. No, he has way too much speed. Needs to use the brake a bit so that he keeps his grip. That time he will do it, and we'll continue onwards. Oh, but then again we'll have to respawn. Let's switch to someone else. Killburn is standing still. Cyril is actually the player who is furthest on the map. Here's Vasquez, who will now join up with Cyril, who is still respawning at the same section. It's possible he doesn't know the track, which would explain why he's having such difficulties getting through this part. But looks like Cyril is now continuing. Wesker also making it to the next checkpoint. You have a small balance act here where you don't want to have too much speed. If you do, you will drop down. Ooh, what a great jump from Wesker. That's gonna save him quite a lot of time as he goes for the jump into the ship. Cyril is also keeping a pretty good pace. Doesn't seem like we have any changes in the rankings. Still have Arizal, Skyslide and Cyril without a time, but Cyril may be able to set a time pretty soon. Waskers will pass him. Ooh, as he gets stuck here, climbing up the ship. Small balance act here where you really gotta avoid the edges, otherwise you can't make it through to the next part. Up to the top, again press forward at this section. If you use an Xbox 360 gamepad, that part can cause a lot of trouble since There's a known bug with that controller where if you respawn, the car will steer automatically to the left or right direction. Otherwise, that part won't cause any troubles. Alright, Vasquez looking to improve his time. He's at sixth place. Let's see if he can do so. 5:12.61. Vasquez will take over 4th position, and also Cyril will finish with a time of 6:40.82 at 11th place, only ahead of Sog. So now Erisel and Skyslide are the only 2 players without a time. Erisel on a pretty deep attempt. Again, is the author of this map, which is called Adimus. You can find it on the Mania Exchange website. Actually, if you click on this link in my chat, you'll see a link to the map as well if you want to check it out. Alright, so Erisel looking to set a time, 11 minutes left on the clock. Ooh. Very aggressive approach. Ooh, but then gets stuck as he ascends up the staircases. Again gets stuck here, but not too bad of a loss though, especially if the respawn is close by, or the checkpoint is close by. So Erisel looking to maybe take over a top position. Through the jump. Lands on his front wheels. And that should be plenty of speed. So let's see what the Erisel's time will be as he makes it through to the end. 5:10.76, and Erisel will go up to 4th place. And also Nutella has set a really good time, 4:55.57 by Nutella, which will take over 1st place, and that is very close to the world record, 1 second exactly behind it. So wow, what a time from Nutella. Seems like he is also a contender for the win in this Nightcup. Alright, let's see who else is driving. Kraken is trying to improve his time. He is at only 10th place. See here, we got 13 players with time. Skyslide still haven't finished, and I can't spectate him, so I don't know if he's driving or not. 13 players though, right now with times. I guess it would be 6 or 7 players that will qualify. I'm not sure actually if it's 6 or 7. Alright, Super Noob says 8 if 15 people finish. We got 15 players now. Sorrow is also driving, who I guess signed up. So we'll see who will qualify or not. I'm not gonna say anything right now, since you never know what will happen. Kraken will retire, so he's gonna go for another attempt. Race Freak also retiring. Kilburn not driving right now. Sorrow is driving, so I guess he did sign up to the cup, just joined the server very late. 8 minutes left on the clock, so Sorrow won't get much more attempts here. Need to make it count, and it does seem like you have to finish a time here. Right now, 13 players with times. Nutella in the lead, Super Noob at 2nd place, Kilburn at 3rd. Those 3 players, the only ones under 5 minutes. Sorrow is keeping a pretty good pace here, so it seems like he knows the track. Goes for that safer way. Kilburn, who we saw in the start, tried to go for a jump to the other side, which is much more risky. This grass part here I found the most difficult when I trained the track myself, since I would often get slowdowns, which caused me to not have enough speed to make it up on the roof. But haven't really seen that happening to any of the players yet. Ooh, Sorrow going for a small shortcut, but it's not gonna pay off. Forced to respawn. Makes it though in his second attempt. Oh, yeah, he definitely seems to know the track well. Ooh, but that's not a good landing though. Able to make it, but can he make the other jump though? Looks like he will, and a great landing as well. That's how you want to do it. So you don't have to respawn. As a zombie says he gets an 8-second bug slow. Weird how I can't spectate zombie though, no idea why. 5 minutes left on the clock now, so if you start an attempt, ooh, Sorrow is forced to respawn, and that's gonna cost him a bunch of time. And this may be, no, he's gonna go for a retire, so this is Sorrow's last attempt. He still doesn't have a time. Does seem like he is good enough to qualify here, so he needs to make it count now in this attempt. Cannot afford any major mistakes. Let's see here, we got 13 players right now qualified. I assume we have then 6 players that will oh, we got 13 times and 6 players that will qualify, so Waskursk would be the last player, if I'm correct with that, or it's 7, and if so then Deuce is also in. See another or some other players as well still driving, Link and Deuce. Let's have an overview look here to see who else are driving. Super Noob is also driving, and he is at the end. Super Noob though at second place, so he's definitely going to qualify no matter what. Don't see him losing his spot. Oh wow, almost fell on his back. 7 players, yeah, maybe it's 7 players. If so, Deuce is still in it. Here's Super Noob. Can he improve his time? Yes, he can. 4:54.76 as he takes over first place from Nutella. Alright, Deuce and Sorrow still driving. Is Deuce still in it? I'm not sure. If Sorrow will set a time here though, that would not change anything. Yeah, wait, that could actually make it so Deuce will make it, if he's not making it already. It's hard to keep track of exactly who is qualified or not. But if Sorrow finishes here, we would have 14 players, so that would mean 7 players would qualify, so Deuce would definitely be in if that is the case. Do we have anyone else still driving? Cyril is also driving, but I don't think he's gonna be able to qualify. He didn't seem to know the track that well, so yeah, it's Deuce and Sorrow here that are still driving by the looks of it. Race Freak, no, still not, or not driving anymore, so let's just follow Sorrow here. See if he can set a time here at the end and qualify. Loses quite a lot of speed, but not too much of a loss here. As long as you can avoid the respawns, then you are okay. Ooh, ooh, whoa, 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 that's not good for Sorrow. Able to avoid the respawn though, and that's all that matters at this point. Oh no, he makes that mistake! That Kilburn did, I believe. He respawns too early, and Sorrow will not make it. And now the question is, will Deuce make it? Oh, we have 14 players with times. Sky Slide will set a time, so that means Deuce is definitely in. At 7th place, Link is the one that is the closest to qualifying. He's only 20 hundredths behind Deuce, so very close between those two players. But it looks like Deuce will be the last player to qualify, together with Waskersk, Zombie, Erisel, Kilburn, Nutella, and Super Noob. Very unfortunate there for Sorrow. I felt like he had the capacity to set a low 5-minute time. But yeah, maybe needed a bit more time. He did join the server late by the looks of it. And this track is, even if it's pretty short, it's not that easy. There's several places where you can lose a great deal of time. One of them being here, as you see good evidence of. But Deuce will retire. He is still in it and will qualify to the knockout phase. We have 1 minute left on the clock. Kilburn and Link still driving, but there's not enough time to finish though. So that's going to be it. Super Noob, Nutella, Kilburn, Erisel, Zombie, Waskersk, and Deuce qualifying to the knockout phase. Might as well write them down here. Alright, so it looks like no one is driving anymore. 20 seconds left on the clock. We already know the 7 players that will make it through. Link, Race Freak, Kraken, Pierpoke, Skyslide, Cyril, and Sog. And also Sorrow not making it. And that's going to be the end of the time attack qualifications. And we'll now have, I believe, a small break before the knockout phase will start. Shouldn't be too long of a break. Maybe only a few minutes. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Alright, and I'm back with the final stage of the ESL RPG Nightcup Edition 12. This one will be played in Knockout, and the last 2 players will get knocked out here until is it top 4 or 5, and then we'll change to only the last player getting eliminated. And we know the 7 players that made it to this round: Supernoob, Nutella, Kilburn, Aerosol, Zombie, Waskersk, and Deuce. As we go to the wrong map, but the correct map will be next up. So yeah, in this mode you want to avoid getting last place or second to last place. It's not really about finishing first. Only in the very last round you want to finish at first place. As we are currently loading in the map we are playing on, Adamus, made by Aerosol, who is of course driving in this last stage. And here we see all the players lining up, and we are about to start the first round of the knockout phase. Here we go. So in this kind of mode you really want to try and minimize your mistakes as much as possible, and especially avoid having to respawn to the checkpoint you crossed most recently. Players goes through this part here without any major mistakes, though. Looks like both Zombie and Waskersk has dropped down a bit, so let's go to Zombie, who is currently at last position. Ooh, as he almost didn't make that jump. That could have cost him quite a lot. Small backwards driving here. Zombie is not too far behind. In this kind of style, you really shouldn't give up too easily, because you never know what the players in front of you will do. They could do huge mistakes, since it requires a lot of precision to get through some of these parts. So still a very close pack of players, only about 7 seconds between them all. But right now Waskersk and Zombie are eliminated. Oh, looks like maybe Waskersk respawned. Yes, he did. So he's gonna take over that last position. But still Zombie and Waskersk currently being eliminated as we enter this underground section, or this water section rather. Deuce is the closest one to Zombie, so he's trying to catch up to him. Should have enough speed to make it here. Nutella is currently in the lead in front of Aerosol and Kilburn. Aerosol though dropping down. Oh, as Deuce is forced to respawn, and that's gonna put him behind Zombie. So right now Waskersk and Deuce are the ones getting eliminated. Still very close though. Deuce is definitely not out of it yet. You can see Zombie there in front of him. Then Aerosol is also, oh, maybe he's behind. Yeah, looks like Zombie has passed Aerosol as well. So he's on a bit safer grounds, but not too safe still. Ooh, Kilburn respawning. So now Kilburn is in a dangerous position. Deuce catching up to him rapidly. Oh wow, Deuce almost hitting the tree. Alright, see this jump here up on the rooftop. Oh, Aerosol going for the alternative way here. He maybe didn't have enough speed, so that's why. So that's gonna put Aerosol at a bad spot, and now at an even worse spot, forced to respawn. So it looks like Aerosol is on his way to be eliminated here in the first knockout round, together with Waskersk, who still, I think, oh wow, almost didn't make the jump. But yeah, Waskersk I still think could maybe catch up to some of the players in front. The ending especially can be difficult, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some players having some troubles. So Wesker should definitely not give up, but that was also a very close call. Continues to lose time here. Zombie is the one closest to him, and he's quite far ahead now. So at this point, Wesker will have to rely on a mistake, a huge mistake from one of the players in front of him. See where Nutella is. Getting close to the ending. Super Noob. Then not at second place. Deuce has actually gone up to second place now. Great ending here from Deuce. And then, oh, where's Kilburn actually? Here's Kilburn. Okay, he's at second place actually. Nutella is getting close. No, Nutella has respawned, so now Kilburn looks to be in the lead. Yes, Kilburn will reach the top of the ship first, and then entering the press forward part, which will lead him through the waterfall. And then he only got a couple of sections left. Oh yeah, got this bug as well here for some reason. Alright, Kilburn through the big jump in the end. Crossing the last checkpoint before the finish. Need to turn around here at the bridge. And then make sure you have enough speed to make it. You see Nutella, Super Noob and Deuce landing as Kilburn will make it. So he will take first place. Nutella will take second. And then Deuce will also make the jump. So will the Super Noob. Those are all through to the next round. And then Zombie is the last player. Oh, Deuce is on his back! But he is able to turtle to the end. And that means that Erisel and Wesker will be the first two players eliminated from the Nightcup. So yeah, a pretty close round to start off this knockout phase. Felt like all players had the chance to make it. And you had to set pretty good times to avoid getting eliminated. Deuce is at last with 5:20.29, which I would consider a pretty decent time. Alright, so first two players are out and we are down to the top 5. And now only the last player will get eliminated until we have a winner. So starting round number 2. See if anyone will drop down in the start. Zombie and Wesker were the ones that had some trouble in the start in the first round, but this time it looks like all 5 players are together. No major mistakes. Ooh, here's the first one though. Deuce forced to respawn, but the respawn was close, so didn't really cost him too much time. It's much worse if you make that mistake just before another checkpoint, because then you are of course having to respawn to the previous checkpoint, which could be very far behind. So Deuce definitely still in it. Only about 4 seconds between the 5 players. Kilburn seems to have a small lead. And again, only the last player now getting eliminated. So Deuce will have to try and catch up here, but he definitely should not panic anytime soon. He's gotta try to drive consistently here and again avoid those respawns as much as possible. Down the water we go! Deuce not able to get through here in the start, which will cost him a bit of time. We see also Nutella having some difficulties. So Deuce now ascending to the surface. Still at last place, but only a few seconds behind Nutella. Oh, that's not good. Loses a bit of time. But still nothing too bad. Good landing here. Kilburn still in the lead. Zombie at second. Super Noob at third. And Nutella at fourth in front of Deuce. Here's Nutella. And then we can see how far behind Deuce is. Still very close. And I feel like this part coming up here, we could see some action. Oh, Zombie will get the slowdown! And he won't be able to make it. He can still continue though if he gets a good landing here. But he doesn't! He doesn't. He lands on his side and he's forced to respawn. And that's gonna put Zombie at last place. As he gets another slowdown! Oh, this is very unfortunate for Zombie. And nothing, not much he can do about that, to be honest. That just kind of happens at random. At least to my knowledge. So, yeah, Zombie now looking to be potentially eliminated in this round. After a pretty good start, he was in the lead entering this section. So that's very unfortunate. Here is Kilburn in the lead. And Nutella at second place now, having passed Super Noob. And Deuce is on safe grounds for now at least. Zombie is actually not that far behind. Somehow, Zombie is still in it. Deuce must have made some kind of mistake on his own. So this is now a battle between Deuce and Zombie. But the ending can be a bit difficult, as I mentioned before. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see maybe a third player dropping down here as well. Oh, Zombie with another slowdown, and Deuce also having to respawn. Wow. So, oh, and Zombie won't make it again. What's going on here? Zombie is, he's getting those slowdowns like no one else. And this time he will have enough speed, but wow, so unlucky here for Zombie. And Deuce kind of lucky, to be honest. Despite having to respawn and despite not driving that well by the looks of it, still is at 5th place. Or at 4th place rather. Can take it very safe here, and he should. Although Zombie is gaining on him a lot. Zombie of course needs to take the risk. So this is still still doable, I would say, as Kilburn looks to be the first player to finish. Will make the jump. And a good time as well, 4:56. And then Nutella and Super Noob also close to finishing here. Oh, did the Super Noob go too far? Yes, he did, so he will have to respawn, but he got plenty of time here to make it. Nutella will take second. Let's see if the Super Noob can also finish. Looks like he will. Alright, it's Deuce or Zombie who will take the last position into the next round. Here's Deuce with a good landing, so now all that's left is the ending, the last jump. Can he make it? If so, he will eliminate Zombie, who is on his back. So this will definitely be it for Deuce, who will take 4th place in front of Zombie, who will be eliminated after a couple of really unfortunate slowdowns. First at the grass section twice, and then also at that underground section. He got 2 slowdowns as well at that place, which cost him, of course, a lot of time. So Zombie is out, and we are down to top 4 now. Kilburn, Nutella, Super Noob, and Deuce. Starting the 3rd round. And Kilburn and Nutella will get the slowest start. But you don't really lose too much time here in the beginning. It's pretty easy overall. Kilburn will come back here and go up in lead together with Deuce. Deuce hitting the wall slightly, but nothing too badly. As we go through the backwards driving once again. Deuce now at last place. Deuce has been close to being eliminated now a couple of times. Once again at the bottom of the pack. And if it wasn't for Zombies' unfortunate slowdowns in the previous rounds, Deuce would have been dead last. Very far behind the others, as he does make a small blunder here, so that's gonna cost him a couple of more seconds. He's behind now with 5 seconds, it looks like. Super Noob is in the lead. Nutella at second, Kilburn at third. Haven't really seen any mistakes at this part of the track. Oh, and as I say that, Nutella seems to have gotten stuck. Oh, and he also falls down at the balance act. And look at this respawn. Wow, that's gonna cost Nutella so many seconds. Up to 20 seconds, I think, and that might be it, actually. That's really unfortunate for Nutella, but that was maybe more of a mistake. He did have a lot of speed entering that balance act and not able to keep his grip and fell down. Maybe because of getting stuck there at the opening, he felt a bit stressed and felt like he maybe had to go for a bit of a risky approach to the balance act. So yeah, Nutella now facing elimination, looking to take 4th place in this RPG Nightcup, which is hosted by ESL. See if we can figure out how far behind he is. He's right now 2 checkpoints behind Deuce, so can't really say exactly how far behind he is. Deuce time at the 10th checkpoint is 2:40, so let's keep that in mind. Alright, so wow, he's 24 seconds behind. Oh, as he's forced to respawn again, which is not going to help his chances, obviously. Now he definitely needs to rely on a couple of respawns from the other players. Kilburn seems to have made maybe a big mistake here. Ooh, yeah, he's gonna respawn again. That gives maybe Nutella a small glimmer of hope, but yeah, he's still behind with, I would say, at least 15 seconds. So Kilburn will have to respawn a couple of more times to make this doable. Great landing. Meanwhile, we have Super Noob in the lead. No, actually Deuce with a much better landing will pass Super Noob before the jump to the pirate ship. Or maybe it's just a ship, I don't know if it's actually occupied by pirates. Ooh, Deuce clipping the wall at that entry, which will give Super Noob the lead again. Super Noob going for that safe approach here. Deuce is also true. Here is Kilburn entering the same section, so he's not really that far behind the others. Nutella is right now in the ship at least, but yeah, it looks like he is going to be knocked out at 4th place. Super Noob through the next checkpoint. So is Deuce, and let's see if Kilburn can get through this part as well. Yes, looks like he will. So now only the ending is left for the players. Here is Super Noob. Should have enough speed to make it. A respawn here though could cost quite a lot of time, so that is Nutella's only chance at this moment. Alright, Deuce writing GG already. Super Noob will make it. Great time, or well, decent time at least, 5:13.54. Deuce will not have enough speed. If he makes that a couple of more times, Nutella could still make it maybe. Doesn't look like Nutella is close though. May have made another mistake, and Deuce will make it in his 2nd attempt. So that will be it. Nutella will finish at 4th place in this Nightcup. And it was because of that respawn at the balance act, which cost him a lot of time. It was just before the next checkpoint as well, so it's pretty much at the worst place possible. Alright, so we are down to the top 3. Deuce, Kilburn and Super Noob. Deuce having been close here to getting knocked out pretty much in every single round. But yeah, he is avoiding the biggest mistakes, and that is definitely paying off so far. Well, let's see though if it will be enough in this round. Kilburn and Supernoob have been looking very solid so far. I don't think they have made any big mistakes so far. Maybe Kilburn in that most recent round. We do see Kilburn going down to third place here in the start, but only behind with 2 seconds. Alright, good turn from Kilburn. Catching up a bit. This part is pretty crucial, I would say. Definitely want to make sure that you don't lose too much speed, because then you can't make it in the uphill. Kilburn will have much more speed than Deuce in that section, so he will go up to second place as a result. Oh, as Deuce is forced to respawn here, but at least the checkpoint was close, so it could have been much worse for Deuce. Still definitely in it. As he ascends the water once again up the staircases, trying to catch up to Supernoob and Kilburn. Alright, that's good. Here's the balance act where we saw Nutella. Oh, Kilburn! Suddenly with the respawn, and that's gonna make it even between Deuce and Kilburn, and then Deuce lands too much to the left here. Won't have enough momentum to make it, and that's gonna put it at the same situation once again. And since Kilburn respawned, Supernoob is now having a pretty noteworthy lead. Yeah, it's ahead with about 5 or 6 seconds in front of Kilburn. Here is Deuce up the tree. Oh, that didn't look pretty. Cost him a bit of more time. Alright, but here's the difficult track, or the difficult part of the track, where we have seen a lot of very costly respawns. Supernoob will get through though. Will Kilburn do the same? Okay, yeah, he will make it. And now, oh, looks like Deuce has given up. Yeah, he has. I don't know why. Maybe he respawned again. Yeah, he's gonna leave the server. So that means that Kilburn and Supernoob will qualify to the last round of this ESL RPG Nightcup Edition 12. And we will just finish this round, I suppose. About 2 minutes left to go. But yeah, if Deuce did respawn again there, it may have been too much for him to make a comeback. Although I really think that on this kind of track, you really shouldn't give up too easily, because you never know what's gonna happen to the players in front of you. I've seen some really crazy comebacks because of the players making some late mistakes and losing all their leads. So yeah, definitely should try to still drive to the very end. Alright, Supernoob seems to be keeping a pretty good pace. See Kilburn in the distance. Both these guys have set times under 5 minutes, I believe, in the knockout phase. I'm pretty sure. At least they did so in the time attack phase. So yeah, we'll see what will happen in the last round. As Supernoob will now enter the last part. Again, Deuce retired a round, so just finishing off this round. Ooh, he's not gonna make it actually. In his first attempt, Kilburn though quite far behind, but again, doesn't matter here who takes first or second. Alright, enough speed that time. And still a really good time, 5:09.83. I wonder what his time would have been if he didn't respawn. Definitely a time under 5 minutes. Alright, here is Kilburn, who once again will have a chance to win an RPG Nightcup. Didn't win any of the most recent ones, but I'm pretty certain he has won it in the past. Definitely been on the podium multiple times. Anyways, that's gonna be it for that round, and we are starting the final round of the ESL RPG Nightcup Edition 12, Supernoob versus Kilburn. Supernoob, who took 3rd place in the RPG Nightcup Edition 11 behind Bren and Clem, so he's gonna be on the podium once again here. But will he be able to take 1st place though? Ooh, he hits the wall there at the landing. That will give Kilburn a small lead in the start. Oh, as Kilburn gets stuck in the staircase. Supernoob now with a minor lead as we go up the pipe. Very close still. Kilburn now falling behind. So go over the bridge. And here's the ramp. And then a checkpoint. Of course, want to make sure that you respawn as quickly as possible in the checkpoint. Which could also be a risk, of course, if you accidentally respawn too early. Yes, Supernoob didn't get his drift in the landing. And as a result, hit the pillar. But still a very close fight here between Kilburn and Supernoob. The final round, which will decide our winner. Coming up to the water. Good entry from both two players. Supernoob did it slightly better, so he's now catching up. Oh, as he then hits the ceiling. Kilburn will gain a couple of tenths as a result. So we are ascending. Ooh, nice part there from Supernoob before the balance act. Catching up and also passing Kilburn. See about this part. Both players making mistakes, but Kilburn will avoid landing on his back. And he can continue driving. Supernoob forced to respawn. And that might be it. Kilburn got the win in his hands now. Can he get through this whole track though? We do have a couple of difficult parts coming up. One of them is coming up very soon. If he gets a slowdown in the grass, that would be, of course, very costly. Here we go. Can Kilburn get through this part? Looks good so far. Let's see the landing. No, he gets the slowdown! I think at least. No, actually he didn't. Never mind. And he gets a bad landing, but I think he can still recover from this. Yes, he will. So Kilburn is through. It did definitely look like he got a slowdown, but I guess I was wrong. So Kilburn is continuing on, and where is Supernoob? He's also doing well, and he's actually not too far behind. Still doable for Supernoob to make a comeback, especially now with Kilburn losing a bit of speed there in the balance act. Where is Supernoob? He is behind with only about 5 seconds. Definitely still possible. But right now it is Kilburn who will be the winner. Going for the wall hit here. Great landing once again from Kilburn. Doesn't have to respawn. Let's see how Supernoob does it. Ah, great from Supernoob as well. Kilburn with a slowdown here. We'll have to go for the other route, and Supernoob will pass him. And all of a sudden, Supernoob now in the lead as we enter the ship. So back and forth in this final round. Supernoob versus Kilburn. Kilburn had the lead there with 5 seconds. And now he's behind with 2 or 3. Still though, a couple of tricky parts left. This one especially. Ooh, that's a great part from Super Noob. But also from Kilburn though. Kilburn actually gaining a lot. Kilburn gaining a lot here on Super Noob. Can he still make it? Oh! His stage there! And he will make it! Just barely for Kilburn as we go up on the top here. Kilburn or Super Noob. Right now Super Noob in the lead with 2 seconds. As we go through the waterfall. And only the ending remaining now. Here is Super Noob. Will have enough speed to make it, I'm pretty sure. Looks good for Kilburn as well. Super Noob with a decent landing. Here's Kilburn. The ending will decide it. If Super Noob makes it, he will take the win. Kilburn is too far behind. Here we go. Super Noob will make it. And he will take first just in front of Kilburn, who had a better ending. Wow. What a finish to the Nightcup once again. And Super Noob will take the win. Let's see. He is ahead with... less than 1 second in front of Kilburn. Wow. Such an exciting finish there. Super Noob had to make it and he did, but Kilburn came back with so much more speed. He must have done that turnaround at the bridge way better than Super Noob, so he had more speed. So wow, so close. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the Nightcup for this time. Super Noob is our winner. Kilburn will take second place. He took second place in edition 8 and 9 as well, so he's used to taking second. But he has won the Nightcup as well in the past, I'm pretty sure. And then third place went to Deuce. So that's gonna be our top 3 finishers of this Nightcup. And yeah, before I go, there is also another RPG event taking place next Saturday, starting at 8 PM CET. It's a round race, which is played in Knockout as well on unknown RPG tracks. So if you want to have another opportunity to play on RPG, then make sure to check out that event. I will also make sure to link it in the chat once this cast is over. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you all for watching and see you next time.